Welcome back to another episode, and I told you guys I'll be back with a second video in the same night, and I even went and changed into my festive Christmas sweater. Marvel Christmas sweater. But we're not talking about Marvel in this video, guys. Maybe someday I'll do that, but not in this video. What we are going to talk about is the Arrow release of Mallrats, directed by Kevin Smith. Mallrats is one of my all-time favorite films. I bought this on DVD. I bought it on Blu-ray when it originally came out. But I had to get it again for this Arrow release. Guys, this film is fantastic. Like I said, it's one of my favorite films of all time. I've seen it at least a good half dozen times, if not more. This release looks fantastic. Just like you're going to see with any Arrow release. The restoration that they did on this, the 2K, let me see exactly what kind of transfer we got on this, guys. Just I want to tell you. It's a brand new restoration of the film. And it looks fantastic. Visually, great. Audio is fantastic as well. This is just an all-around fun film. I'm not the biggest Kevin Smith fan. I do like Clerks, but other films I'm not the biggest fan of. But this is my favorite one of that Kevin Smith has put out. This film, and you'll find out because there is when you watch the film, you have the option of starting the film right away, or you can listen to a 8 or 9 minute introduction before the film starts by Kevin Smith. And he just talks about how this film was, this film cost $5 million to make and it only made like $2 million at the box office. This almost sealed the deal, ended his career, before he even got started, right after, this was his second film after Clerks. And it just bombed big time at the box office, guys. And, yeah, it's not the kind of thing you want to have. You don't want to have that sophomore slump when it comes to your second film. But luckily, this is a film that, over the years, has become relevant, basically. Because if you think about it, and he mentions this also, in the introduction, is that this is a film that was just ahead of its time. I mean, in 1995, when this film came out, people weren't really talking about superhero movies. I mean, there were no superhero movies, really. I mean, there were a few here and there, but nothing of what, on the level of what they are today. So, comic books weren't as big as, as relevant. It's a part of pop culture now. And this film was really ahead of its time. Things were really picking up steam probably 10 years after this film came out, 2005, 2006. That's when people, more of this pop culture started coming up. People talking about superheroes. Even before the MCU began, films were being made. So yeah, again, this film now makes so much more sense now than it did back when it came out. But, enough of me rambling on about this, how much I love this film, guys. Let's take a look at it. Nice slip. Pop it on out. The same cover there. Now, I am going to go back. I do want to talk about the special features. This thing's loaded with special features, guys. But on the inside, we get the theatrical cut of the film. We do get the extended. Let's flip it around so you can see the artwork. The extended cut, as well as the TV cut of the film. We have reversible artwork. Let's go ahead. Let's flip that around, guys. Let's see what it looks like actually flipped around in the case. And maybe I'll actually go with that since I do have the slip. So, let's see. Oh, yeah. Not bad, guys. Not bad. I think I'm going to go with that and then put the slip back over that. I think that makes more sense. But that's not all you get. You also get Jay and Silent Bob's blueprint to how they are going to take out the security guard who is protecting, the setup of this dating game show that's about to be aired live from that mall that particular night. the fact that Arrow actually took the time to put the blueprint that they actually have in the movie in this set, that's just attention to detail that you just don't get from some companies, and it is just a great addition, guys. I couldn't be happier that they actually included that. There's something else that I like quite a bit that they did include is, now of course we always get the booklet with the Arrow releases, a little bit about the film. It's a little bit thinner than some of the booklets that have come out, but just like some shots of film. There's Shannon Doherty talking about a little bit of the film, a very young Ben Affleck. But the interesting thing is, in the film, you see there's one, Willem, one of the other characters in the film, he stares at this magic eye. If you keep staring at this painting long enough, you're going to see like a sailboat. And they actually like put it like right here on the cover of the booklet. It's crazy that they took that kind of detail to put that on there. Little small Jay and Silent Bob right there. Like I said, this film, this sounds great and it looks great. But look at the special features, okay? Like I said, we have a brand new restoration of the film, on both the theatrical and the extended cuts of the film. Okay, the TV cut of the film has overdubbing to cover up all the profanity in the film. Not only that, guys, this thing has deleted scenes, outtakes, making of Mallrats, an archival retrospective with cast and crew members looking back at the film, a Q&A with Kevin Smith that was archived back for the 10th anniversary of the film, a music video, a stills gallery, theatrical trailer. There's a commentary also on here. There's, like I said, there's a half-hour interview with new Arrow video interview with Kevin Smith. There's that introduction I was talking about. You have the option to listen to the introduction before the film or not. I chose to listen to it, and guys, this thing is loaded. It's incredible. When this film bombed, Kevin Smith made a point. When this film bombed, the producer of the film, who became a friend of his, an older gentleman by the name of Jim Jacks, he told Kevin Smith, he said, don't look at this. It's not a failure. It's just ahead of its time. Like I was just saying, it was ahead of its time, and he was right. He was absolutely right when he told Kevin Smith that. So, and from what I heard, Kevin Smith kind of said in that interview that we might be getting a Mallrats 2. That would be fantastic. I mean, if it's as good as this, that would be great, guys. I would really, really like to see that. But this film, for anybody who hasn't seen this, I'm not going to spoil too many things on it, because I want people to check out. If you haven't seen it, you definitely have to pick this one up. But you have... look at first, look at the actors and actresses in this film. Jeremy London, Jason Lee, Michael Rooker, Shannon Doherty, all right, Ben Affleck, Claire Forlani, Jay and Silent Bob. This thing, Stan Lee. Stan Lee makes a cameo in this film. This was before his incredible cameos and small cameos during the MCU films. He was doing it in Mallrats. Talk about that again, ahead of its time, guys, ahead of its time. But this film, you have Jeremy London's character of T.S. Quint, as well as Jason Lee's character Brody, who have both just been dumped by their girlfriends. For Jeremy London, it's Claire Forlani. For Jason Lee's character, it's Shannon Doherty. They want to get their girlfriends back because they love their girlfriends. So they go to this mall. Brody, Jason Lee's character, he's like, we just got to get away from here, not think about the girls for a while. Let's go to the mall. So they go to this mall, and that's like the big hangout for everybody. And it was. I mean, 95 malls were like the big thing. Everybody was just hanging out at malls. And they kind of devise this plan of trying to get their girlfriends back. You have, Jeremy London's character, he, after being dumped by Claire Forlani, it's mostly because Michael Rooker, who plays her father, does not like Jeremy London one bit. Wants them to break up. So he's a TV producer, and he's going to have this dating game right there at the mall. And of course, he has his daughter being the main, the girl, the bachelorette, basically, who's got to pick from three guys who to go out with. And of course, they're going to have to try to find their way to make sure that does not happen. And along the way, Jason Lee runs into Ben Affleck, who is just a complete scumbag in this movie, he beats the crap out of Jason Lee in one part. He's just a nasty, nasty person in this film. But guys, I mean, even like I said, down to the Stan Lee cameo. Stan Lee, he's fantastic. I mean, rest in peace, Stan. You were the best. You brought to life so many of these characters. I guess it is fitting, guys, that I have this on for this review, since Stan was in this movie. I just thought about that. But getting back to the mall, they're at the mall. This is all in the whole movie. Basically, a good portion, I would say 95% of the film, if not more, is all just in this mall, which is actually Kevin Smith wanted to have this film this in New Jersey, but unfortunately, when you make a film in New Jersey, you don't really get like a tax break. But in Minnesota, they were going to get a tax break. So Universal, who was funding this film, decided to shoot this in Minnesota. So they actually, the mall they filmed this at, and Kevin Smith makes mention of this in the interview, it only cost them $10,000 to get this mall and just basically do whatever they want to do, have free reign over this mall. And the reason, because this mall was basically just dead, because down the road, not that far, was the Mall of America. And that was where all the, everybody was going there. So there was like hardly anybody at this mall. So they basically could do night, from the morning to night, just to shoot, and not a lot of people to have to really worry about. So they do go off to like a flea market at one point, which is, anybody who's seen this film knows they go to see a fortune teller at this flea market. It's funny. I mean, I'm not going to say, I don't want to spoil anything. But guys, this is just a great film. Normally I would say, wait, and pick it up at during an Arrow sale. Guys, just pay the full price for this. I mean, if you get it for $35, it's worth every penny. Especially if you try to get it now, because I think I got this, if I'm not mistaken, this came out, I want to say, this was either the end of October or early November when this was released. So the chances are, you still have a shot at getting this slip. With the Arrow releases, if you can get them early, try to get them with, the slip. This is one I definitely wanted to get with the slip. It was I got this from Barnes and Nobles, and I was happy that it came with the slip. So guys, it looks good. It sounds great. This is just a blast of a movie. It is fun, 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 fun. I've watched it, like I said, about half a dozen times, if not more, and I'll probably watch another half dozen times when it's all said and done. This is just a great movie that I love watching. Let me see, I can just tell you what the runtime is on this, just so. Okay, it looks like it's different. I mean, you have 95 minutes. It looks like 95 minutes for the theatrical, 122 minutes for the extended, 85 for the TV cut. Yeah, guys, this is just, it's fantastic. I love this film. I didn't get a chance to see this when it first came out in theaters back in 95. I caught it when it was, before it was on demand. It was pay-per-view, and I saw this on pay-per-view at home. And yeah, I've loved it ever since. So guys, please, if you get a chance, pick this one up. You won't be disappointed if you haven't seen it. If you have seen it, you know exactly what you're going to get. You know how good this film is. And I'm glad that it's definitely gotten the love that it deserves over the last 10, 15 years. This thing is, this is like now Kevin Smith's like defining film for a lot of people. And I'm glad to see that happen after, you know, it not doing good. And it happens a lot with a lot of films. They don't do too good, but they definitely, over time, that's where the following begins. It just gets a following over, you know, 5, 10, 15 years, and so on and so on. But yeah, pick this up, guys. And I think that is going to do it for this video, guys. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be doing another. I don't think I'm going to be putting up a video for, you know, on Christmas Eve or anything, or, you know, on Christmas Day, obviously. So, guys, I just want to say, if you get a chance, please like, subscribe, and comment. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you think about Mallrats. If you've seen it, let me know. You know, is it as good as what I'm making it out to be, guys? Let me know if you enjoy it. But I just want to tell everybody, have a very Merry Christmas. Stay safe. And, you know, enjoy time with your loved ones. And if you guys get any good Blu-rays or anything like that, leave comments on that too. I would love to know. And if I get anything, maybe I'll let you, I know, I'll pop up a quick little video and let you guys know too. But, you know, the next 2 days won't be really anything to, no videos. I'm not going to be popping anything up. I'm going to take some time to enjoy family and, you know, just chill out and relax for a little bit. So, guys, have a great night. Again, Merry Christmas to everybody out there. Take care. Bye.